It is a dirty, yes, dirty little secret, and it sure is not fair to you. Now government workers exposed spending hours and hours watching porn on the clock and on computers that you, the taxpayers, paid for. And now one Republican lawmaker taking action to put a stop to this. Congressman Mark Meadows joins us. Nice to see you, sir.
It's good to be back with you.
What in the world is going on? The government workers on our dime are looking at porn.
Well, if it were just one agency, we would say, well, perhaps we don't have to deal with it, but we're seeing not only one agency, but multiple agencies, 7 or 8 different agencies where they're so bored that they're watching porn and not being held accountable. And the American taxpayers, they've had enough, you know, from the IRS to the EPA to HUD, a number of different agencies. It's just enough is enough.
But, you know, you think of it like, what in the world has, I mean, that it's come to the point where members of Congress have to pass a law to tell government employees that it's wrong on a government dime to look at porn, not do their jobs. I mean, and on government computers. Like, I mean, that we actually need a law for.
Well, you would hope that you wouldn't need a law, but really it comes down to enforcement, Greta, because what we've done is we've identified the problem. We've had hearings, as you were saying. You know, it's enough with the hearings, but what we need to do is make sure that the workers are held accountable and that we have a healthy, safe work environment for the vast majority of the workers that are not a problem. And yet we've failed to address it. And recently, with just a number of the hearings with the Inspector Generals, sexual harassment charges, 16 different counts that went unanswered. You know, it's time that we act.
You know what's so also so disturbing about it? There are thousands and thousands of really good federal workers, thousands and thousands, do a really good job. Then you get a group of them who are doing something so deplorable as wasting government money or looking at porn or everything, and it's sort of, it almost like poisons the well for the good ones. And it's, you know, it's just terrible. But I don't understand. It's like, speak up. Let's fire. I mean, can't we just throw them out?
Well, a lot of times they've been afraid to speak up because when they speak up, you know, there's either retribution or somebody doesn't treat them fairly. And so I think that we've set a new era with Chairman Chaffetz. He's committed to making sure that we make the workplace a safe place. The other part of that is that we hold them accountable. And so that's recognizing the good employees, but also punishing those that are setting the bad example.
But you mean some things don't seem hard. No porn on a taxpayer dime. That seems like an easy one. Okay, how about not rehiring at the IRS people that you fired before because they can't do your job? That seems like an easy one too, right?
And paying your taxes. I mean,
paying your taxes. I mean, if you're a federal employee, pay your taxes. Or here's another one. If you're at the IRS and you know that that there's $3.3 billion in unpaid taxes by federal employees, figure out a way to attach the wages, 5% a week or something.
Go out and get that money. Or how about this one? Showing up for work. We have people, you know, that have been out of work for eight weeks and still keep their job. It's just unconscionable.
But you know, this is almost no consequence. I keep saying that night after night because it's also, I mean, there's almost, for a lot of people, there's sort of no sense of honor. I'm not talking about the many thousands of really good employees, but for others, it's like, you know, it's stunning to me.
Well, that's why the people back home are frustrated. They've said, you know...
They should not just, they should be furious.
Well, we are furious. It's time that we act, and the time's now.
Well, Congressman, thank you very much, and I'm sorry that that you do have to spend a time passing a bill like this because you think people would know better, but they do not, and so we'll see how it goes. I take you don't have the opposition, do you?
No, this is going to be an easier one.
That'll be a test. Yeah. We'll see if anyone opposes you on it.
I would hope not.
Anyway, Congressman, nice to see you, sir.
Thank you.
And straight